Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Fizz Mini Pendant. This is going to be the one that has a brass accent, a brass ring just above the glass. So let's get into the size of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be independent of what it's hanging from, these rods. This is 10.9 inches high, diameter is 4.1. The glass on it is 3.74 inches in diameter, 6.39 inches high, and that'll be kind of important when we get into bulbs in just a second. Overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself is adjustable. So you're going to have it as short as 13.5 or as long as 58.5. If you need this to be shorter than the short or longer than the long, drop me a quick email and telling me what you're looking for. You're going to say you're looking at the 187000 and you need it to be X, and you're going to give me a solid number. I'm going to take your email, I'm going to send it over to Hubbardton Forge's Customs Department. It's going to go through engineering and come back to me, and I'll send it over to you, and you can see what we can do for you. Adds a little more time, adds a little more money, but we do customs every single day. Okay, so let's get into more on that overall height. This is going to be using Hubbardton Forge's interconnecting rod system that uses these connectors on the inside between the rods. They're threaded on each side, each end, like that, okay? And then the rods themselves have threading inside. What it does is it gives you a really nice, sleek look. You can barely even tell that there's connections, that there's multiple rods. And another thing is it's going to allow this to be as short as 13.5, which almost makes it a semi-flush. So you'll see this in our semi-flush section. So you could use this in all kinds of different applications. If I was using this over a kitchen island, I would probably have the bottom of the glass itself anywhere from 30 to 36, someplace in there over the island. And then I would probably put one of these, maybe even at that 13.5, over the kitchen sink. I don't want to be looking right at it. I want it to be above my eye level. And the higher the bulb is, or the fixture is, the bigger the spread of light too. So that kind of benefits everybody. And you can do the same thing, obviously, over the kitchen island. You could have it at 40 inches above if you wanted to. There's no right or wrong on this. The glass is clear, so you're going to be seeing the bulb. So sometimes it might be actually better on this fixture specifically to have it a little higher than 30 inches, so you're not looking directly into it. But having the systems of rods gives you that opportunity. Okay, let's hop and talk about canopy on this. 5.5 inches. It's going over your 4-inch junction box. To show you for more information about this, I want to show you the installations instructions. If you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on this side of the screen, midway down, and you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you line drawings of everything, including this canopy, how it all goes onto this. So it's a very light fixture, so there's no weight restriction. It is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees already. There's a knuckle built into it right there that allows it to be slope ceiling for a cathedral ceiling without any problem up to 45 degrees, so we have it totally covered. A couple other things about that. Well, let's see. You have, let's talk about how you put this together. So you'll see in the installations instructions, the best way to do, put down a couple towels on a counter. Don't put the glass on till the very end. We'll get into that later on. But the part that has the socket's going to be at one end. You're going to have connectors and pipes and connectors and pipes. Kind of like figure it out before you lay everything down about which pipes you're going to use. But just lay them down, and then the canopy is the very last part, and that's going to go away at the end. You're going to slowly feed those wires through each piece separately. After you have it all done there, you're going to just screw them together, and it's going to come together as one nice piece, okay? And then later on, after you have it up and you have the bulb inside, then you can put the glass on. That's how that all works, okay? So let's talk about that bulb and the glass on it. The glass on this is clear bubble glass. It's pretty cool. It actually does look like fizzy water, basically. It's a beautiful glass. People love it. More into this part of the idea, it's going to be using a porcelain medium base socket, okay, and that's just a very easy user-friendly socket. The glass on this kind of dictates how big the bulb can be, and the bulb size on this that Hubbardton Forge is recommending is an A15, and that's a slightly smaller light bulb. What a lot of you guys are used to is an A19, and that's a bigger light bulb. That's kind of the regular 60-watt size. This one's used all over the place, like garage door openers and ceiling fans. But in this circumstance, that's what you're going to be basically using. These max out at 60 watts for incandescent, and they also, I've seen 60 watts equivalent for LEDs. That's what this is. This is a phosphorus LED. That's what all those little lines are, kind of crossing each other. It's pretty cool. kind of has an Edison look going on to it. So I think this is kind of the way to go if you're going to be doing this. I probably wouldn't be going into a bulb like that because you're going to be able to see these through the glass and get something kind of pretty. You can experiment a little bit. 60 watt max for incandescent, but it really comes down to, for LED, what you can get in the glass. And there are different manufacturers for bulbs, so you might be able to find one that's a little bigger, maybe offering a more equivalent, like a 75 watt or 100 watt equivalent, but you're really going to have to do a little homework online to find that out. I talk about all the time the color of light coming out of LED bulbs. 2700 Kelvin is super yellow. That's going to be like a setting sun, or an incandescent bulb that you dim down. Kind of hard to find those out there now because the industry is now shifting warm white into 3000 Kelvin. That's the light that's coming down on my hands from these LEDs above. People think this is incandescent light when they go to our showroom, but it's not. All the LEDs in our showroom are basically this 3000 Kelvin. They can't tell the difference. And this is a dimmable fixture, so just make sure you buy dimmable bulbs. If you are looking at bulbs and you see daylight, just be very careful. Daylight is not warm sunlight. Daylight is a cold hospital waiting room light. That's the bluer light that exists out in the world. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. So if you like that, fine. But on this fixture, most people would probably be very happy with a 3,000 Kelvin 60 watt equivalent A15 bulb, and you're good to go. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I'll walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.